this is the video. Colouring, rambling. If you can't tell, this is like a colouring blanket. Okay, so we're going to colour this in. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be coloury sounds, rambles, some maybe fabricy sounds. I don't know how this is going to sound, but we're going to give it a go. So let's get started. We're going to go with this guy first. I really don't know how this is going to sound, but let's give it a try. Does that go in there? No, it does not. As you can probably tell, this is quite cheap. So I guess we'll see. So I don't know how well you can hear that, but it actually looks quite good so far. I'm actually strangely impressed with this at the moment. Now, God knows why you would actually want to use this as a blanket if you've covered it in ink. I don't know, is the ink going to come off? Can you ever wash it? Who knows? I also seriously underestimated how big this blanket was, and then when I opened it up today to have a look and start drawing, colouring, I was like, oh god. So I guess we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to do some quietly spoken rambles whilst I am doing this. Yeah, that's about it. I am also going to try with the microphones closer to the colouring action, shall we say, on the table, because this actually does sound pretty good, I think. This is another thing, like you've got to like stretch it out in order to successfully colour it. So like I said, we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to ramble with you today. It's going to be like a little therapy session for me, maybe for you, hopefully for you, I guess, at least relaxing. So, I think we're going to have to see how this sounds. We're nearly there on this first flower. Okay, there we go. Wait, that bit's... There we go. So, I think that is actually pretty successful. I think it sounds pretty good with the colouring. You can hear me with the mics here. It looks pretty good. This is going to be a long video. I didn't even look at how long it said this would take. This thing is huge. This is covering my whole table. So I guess we'll just see how it goes today, because that's how I am feeling. Today, with this video, it's just a see how it goes video. I'm going to talk about why as well. So, I hope my rambles, the sounds, help you in some way. God knows what I'm going to ramble about for this bloody long. As I said, I didn't really think it through. I think a lot about my ASMR videos, which is one thing I'm going to talk about. So it's quite nice to do one like this where I really just do not have to think. I'm going to just babble on about random things, and hopefully you're going to listen, you're going to enjoy, you're going to tingle. So these mushies, they are going to be green on the bottom, now on the top. Okay, so oh, that is a nice colour. So I think today I'm going to talk about the fact that I think I've become a little bit sort of over obsessed with this YouTube stuff, this YouTube venture that I am on, and it's really starting to take over a little bit. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing, I don't know if it's a bad thing, or if it's just a thing, but I think about it all the time. I have a huge list, a huge memo of ideas on my phone, and the creativity, I just absolutely love it. I really enjoy the creative side. So I am thinking about this so much. I'm planning out things all the time. I have so many ideas, but it is starting to become, I think, maybe a little bit too obsessive, and I'm almost sort of like trying too hard, and it's kind of taking over a little bit. Now, I think, you know, to some extent that could be good if I want to try and make this a success, because I guess to some extent loads of people who are successful at something do become obsessed with it. They want to know all the time how to do it, how to be better. They look things up, they enjoy it, they think about it, they pursue it aggressively, and that's how maybe a lot of businesses are successful, and maybe other YouTube channels. I don't really know, but hopefully you obviously don't know this, but yeah, it's starting to make me struggle a little bit sometimes, just because it's not going as well as I would hope it would be, and the amount of effort that I am putting in is just not reflected at all in how my channel and the videos have been doing. So I'm not really here to just moan today and complain. I just thought I'd share my experiences of creating on YouTube. It would be really interesting if any of you guys are creators as well. If you have similar feelings, similar experiences, let me know. So at the moment, I guess I'm just sort of toiling with the idea of, is the sort of level of thought and obsession that I'm putting into this a good thing, or a bad thing, or, like I said, maybe it's just not necessarily a thing at all. Maybe it's just how it is. I don't know. That's not what I meant to get at. Because this really has taken over my life in some ways. Because I put so much time and effort into these videos. whether it's thinking about them, planning them, filming them, and then the primary thing really, I guess, is editing them, even though if you do them right, they don't take much editing, which is very, very good. Yeah, and the frustrating thing is the effort that I have put in is astronomical. I think it is, as you know, having nearly a full-time job, not quite, and putting out the amount of content I'm putting out is hard work, and unfortunately the success of my channel really doesn't reflect the effort I've put in. And I wonder if other creators feel the same or whatever. I don't know, let me know in the comments if that is you, if you're part of this sort of group of people who make things. What colour next? Let's do some purple. No, let's do some green. I've already done green. Yeah, so I am absolutely loving it in some ways. I cannot explain how much the creativity is coming out of me. I have so many ideas. I think, some fantastic ideas for videos. I guess I just need other people to think they're fantastic, or to give me the time of day to watch the videos in the first place, and maybe see that they can be fantastic. I think the unfortunate thing is a lot of people won't even give my videos the time of day because I'm a new creator, and I feel like there is a level of bias on YouTube towards already established channels and creators. Now, I say that as well, not necessarily as a criticism, but as an observation, because to some extent I do it as well. Like, I'm more likely to click on a channel that has a very large subscriber base, good views, etc., because you just assume that their content is going to be better and more polished. And so I really think there is a subscribership and viewership bias. That means that starting out phase is so hard as a new creator. Again, if you feel the same, I would love to know. You might be like, no, that's not me, I'm doing really well, you just suck. Maybe I do, honestly, maybe I just suck. But I've just got to give it a go. There's like a few, pardon the phrase, an itch that I just cannot scratch. I'm just really loving the creation side of the ASMR, and I just really want it to be successful. And that's the thing, I've never wanted something, and again, this sounds a bit weird, I'm not meant to be weird, I'm not meant to be over philosophical, but I've genuinely never wanted something to work as much as this, which in some ways is so good. I have such a drive and a passion some days to make this work, to get up again, to film another idea, to come up with another idea, to try something new. And that is like so incredible. So incredible. In some ways. And then, of course, in other ways, that's not good, because at the moment it is not going where I want it to. It is not seeing the success that I would want it to. And I think that is the hardest part. Having such a drive and a passion and such a hard work ethic. I am putting in hours of time on the weekends, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I have a day off from work each week to pursue this. I have gone down to 4 days a week, so I am financially losing out because I am trying to make this work. And so that, having that drive and passion and just repeatedly failing is absolutely brutal. It's so hard. It is so hard not to just take it personally every single time, or not to be disheartened by it. So I also understand that it is a very, very long journey. And to some extent, you know, I may not be successful, quote unquote successful at this, for like 3 years, 4 years of making content. So I understand that. Like, I'm not naive to that fact. But that is like 3 to 5 years of just repeatedly having to fail, get back up again, fail, get back up again, fail. And it is so hard. It is so draining sometimes. So the fact I understand that just does not make it easy to deal with. It's brutal. When you release a video that you think, oh, that's new, that's different, oh, it sounded really good, oh, I spent hours editing that, I put loads of time and effort into this, but then that just doesn't correlate into success sometimes. Like, some of my last 2 videos are on about 40 views or something. I mean, that is just honestly pathetic. Like, I'm never going to achieve what I want to achieve if my videos are getting 40 views. Like, that is just not sustainable. And so I need to get better results. And some of my videos have done alright. Alright is the word. Like, they haven't done well. And it is just so hard to deal with. Just that feeling of constant failure. And almost like, okay, well, I'll try this, doesn't work. Okay, cool, well, I'll try this, doesn't work. Okay, well, I'll try this, doesn't work. Just repeated, just, oh my god. I'm like, what is going to work at this stage? That is the frustrating thing. I feel like I have a go, like, at something, and it just doesn't work. So I've tried to copy ideas from people, and just put my own spin on it, because obviously you can't just copy them, but it's like, oh wow, well, that person's had great success great success with that video, so let's do that, let's emulate that. And one of my most successful videos to this date, that's what I did. It was my polite barbershop, suit fitting, that's what it was, suit fitting. So I copy these people's ideas that are successful, and even not just the big channels, the small channels that I see that then blow up, absolutely blow up. I've seen so many little ASMR channels absolutely blow up, and I do the same thing. And you know, I'm not going to comment on anything, but in my eyes, to some extent, a better quality. I don't know, but they just do terribly. They just do absolutely terribly. And I have done something with this. I have got it somewhere, but it's just not sustainable. The amount of effort and the zero return that I am currently getting. That's the issue. So you try that, and then I'm like, well, okay, let's try something different then. So something that I thought was a fantastic idea was my last avatar video. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. I fully dressed up, well, sort of dressed up. I painted my head and everything like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I had such fun with it. I did some really stupid things to make airbending. I had the cabbage merchant appearing, and I even thought about it to the level that I timed it to come out. I released my Avatar video in the same very close proximity to the live action series. So the live action series of Avatar has just been released. So you would think that loads of people are searching Avatar. They are looking at Avatar things because it's there, it's fresh, it's a thing that is happening now. And it is just not done very well. I just put so much time and effort into it. I was really creative with how I filmed things and what I did, the effort I put in just to dress up and all this kind of stuff, and it just doesn't translate. And so I'm thinking about it. I'm trying different things. So I try the things that work. I try the things that other people do that looks like they should work for them. Doesn't work for me. Nothing. People don't watch it. So I go, oh, let's stand out. Let's do something completely different. Okay? Let's try. Oh, that's a great idea. I've never seen anyone do that. Like, a lot of YouTube experts say, you've got to stand out. It's such a saturated market. And that's the problem. It is really saturated. So be that, as Mr. Beast now puts it, be the purple cow, right? Be the thing that makes people stop and go, what is that? So I've tried dressing up as the Avatar and bending water and air and all this kind of stuff. Nothing. I didn't dress up as a cat because that sounds a bit weird. But I put some like cat gloves on and did ASMR from your cat's point of view, which I think is absolutely hilarious. It's different. I've never seen anyone do it. I went round the house and I made loads of catty sort of things. I didn't meow, by the way, because that would be weird, but I did loads of cat-based activities like attacking things and whatever. I just put so much thought into it. I thought it was really creative and different. And it did actually sound good, because obviously it is about ASMR, it's about the sounds. Again, I'm not naive to that. So I thought it was really going to stand out and people could see it and be like, whoa, what is that? That's weird. And yeah, but again, absolutely terribly. Just really not done anything. So I guess I'm just a little bit stuck with things, to be honest, because I've tried different things. I've tried the same things. And just nothing, absolutely nothing is taking off to the point that I need it to. So I guess I would love your ideas as well. Let me know in the comments any ideas you think I should do, any advice you have for me, any thoughts. You might think I'm a rambling idiot, but if you're still watching, well, thank you. Anyway, that's kind of the position I'm in. I hope I'm not going to say complaining, but my thoughts spewing, my little sort of self-help therapy session here is actually tingly for you guys. I guess we'll find out. Because again, I think this is really creative and different. I've not seen anyone do this. But we'll see. We will see, I guess, whether this does well. So yeah, I'm a bit struggling to sort of think about what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to try, because I've got so many ideas. Ideas are not the problem. I have a huge memo list of ideas. I think I've got some really good ones, but then I do them, no one watches them, and so I'm like, am I just really wrong? Am I just really, really wrong about what a good ASMR video is? It's just so hard, like all these thoughts running through my head every time it fails, and you know, it's just really, really hard sometimes. I feel like if you create, you will know that feeling. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to try and not just complain the whole time. Again, now I'm just overthinking everything about this now. Have I just complained too long? Have people already turned off because all I did was seemingly complain? I don't know. I'm definitely going to do some of this. Without just rambling, because there's absolutely no way I can keep rambling for the whole time that I'm doing this. So I might do some bits now without rambling, and yeah, we'll see how it goes, because I actually think this does sound pretty good. So please just enjoy the sounds. So I definitely am going to keep up this YouTube venture, because I have had some incredible comments from people, real, genuine, lovely comments. And you know, they're people that don't need to comment, they choose to comment because they like it, or they like you, and they're, you know, they're random people, they're members of the public, they're going to speak their mind. And sometimes people are genuinely so lovely, which is so nice. So it's not all doom and gloom, by all means. And you know, I actually am quite close to monetization. Now I know that money is not the be all and end all of this process, if I enjoy it, if I love it, etc. But you know, when you are taking a financial hit by working 4 days a week or whatever, when you are putting hours and hours and hours of your life into it, you do need something back, right? Otherwise, it's just, you know, it's not worth doing. So, you know, this is successful so far in some ways. It just depends what your idea of success is. But, like I've said, I've got such a drive and passion to make it work at the moment that I don't see it as successful yet. I've not got it to a place that I want it to be, and that is okay, because like I said, it's a journey. It's a long, old journey. And I have just started it, really. It's just hard to see some people being incredibly successful and doing essentially the same thing as you, and it's hard to find out and see why, you know, they are so successful, and you just aren't. But anyway, I do really enjoy it. I've been really successful in some ways. I've found a creative passion that I did not know I had, which is incredible, honestly. Like, who can say that they find a hidden passion that has not come out before? Like, not many people can say that, honestly. So I am lucky that I have found this process, and I've learned how to do it. So don't worry, if you're still here, well done. Thank you so much. There's going to be way more of though, so stick around, you know, both, first of all, in this video, because this bloody blanket is huge, and second of all, in general, I've got so many ideas. One of my upcoming ideas is like a ASMR horror film. Now again, it's different. It's so different. So maybe people just won't give it the time of day. They just want to see people sitting there rambling over a mic, whispering, doing hand sounds, mouth sounds, whatever. Fine, I can do that. I will try and do that. But I have so many cool, interesting ideas, and this sort of ASMR horror film, I think it could be so good. I've got such a strong image in my head of what it could be. I just need the time, the energy, the effort to make it a reality. But don't worry, I am going to do that. You're not going to get rid of me that easily. So like I said, I am sticking around. I'm in it for the long haul. it's just hard sometimes on a day-to-day basis to bounce back from a failure again and again and again and again and again. It can be so hard. But it's part of the game. And what I've noticed about myself and my ASMR is I have started to gravitate towards the longer videos. I don't know why. The sort of longer role plays, these sorts of weird little artsy, craftsy things, which I actually really enjoy doing, and I don't usually do, but with this stuff, I've started doing it. So yeah, my videos have tended to lean towards those longer, sort of artsier, craftsier, roleplay videos. They are the ones that have been doing well for me. So I guess I would love to know as well, do you like these longer ones? I think lots of people tend to often lean towards longer ASMR videos now, where they have them on in the background, or they often use them, you know, for sleep, stuff like that. So I'd love to know whether you like the longer ones or the shorter ones, but I've tended to do lots of these longer, more creative ones. And they are the ones for me that have done the best as well. So, you know, if that's what your, albeit small audience, seems to like and enjoy, then that's what you got to kind of do. And I'm okay with that. I like doing these. Yeah, and also what I've sort of been surprised at is how much I like these little sort of artsy, craftsy things. Like, it's not really something I would usually spend my time doing, like this, colouring in a bloody blanket. Now obviously you're supposed to do this maybe, you know, chilling in front of the TV, because this thing is going to take literally hundreds of hours at this bloody rate. So I guess you're supposed to do this as your chill time, you know, somewhere else, in front of the TV, whatever. But it's actually really nice, you know, it's really enjoyable. And so I'm just quite surprised at myself, really, that I have liked doing these as much as I have, because I've done some other artsy and craftsy ones as well. So this really has, this journey, I keep sounding really deep here, but this journey really has unlocked something, this sort of creative side of me, which I have kind of known was there, but not really necessarily. It's never really come out before properly. Maybe I've just never had almost like a vessel to let it out in. You know, so I'm really grateful for that, because I'm doing some of these actual artsy and crafty things for videos, which are surprisingly fun. And then it's just the creativity that comes out as I try to make these videos for you people. I really enjoy that process. So I hope you do too. It's just been a nice surprise, I think. So if you haven't already worked out, I am going to try and strike a balance here. I'm going to try and strike a balance between parts where I talk and ramble, and parts where I don't. Just because, again, I actually think this sounds really quite nice, and you've got me ruining it by rambling over it all the time. I don't know, but also, like I said, I'm not going to have time, the thought power to ramble for this whole time. And I've mentioned this before, but when I ramble, I seem to just inevitably end up talking about really deep things when I don't really mean to. I just don't really know what else to ramble about. I guess people just talk about their lives and what they're doing. So I guess I almost need to use this as like a little therapy session, but again, not trying to get deep, and just free therapy. You guys are my weird sort of free therapists, whether you like it or not, I guess. I don't know, that sounds weird, but you get what I mean, because I guess in therapy you do just talk, you just ramble. So yeah, I need to use you guys as my free therapists. You know, God help me using the internet for therapy. That is not a good idea. So I think we're also going to try some breathing exercises whilst we're doing this as well at some point, because they are really, really good. Now, another sort of I would say therapy aspect to this is that I really have no idea how long I've been filming, and I'm not going to look at a clock, and I'm not going to look at the filming time, because they're separate clips anyway, because otherwise it would be a humongous clip that would be hard to process and deal with and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how long I've taken. I don't know how long I'm going to do it for. Like, seriously, this blanket is unbelievably big. I think this might be like a 4+ hour video if it was all together, and so there is a lot of bloody ifs for this video. Am I going to finish it? Do people want a 4 hour odd video? Probably not. But it could be, again, an interesting experiment, a different thing. Do people want a really long video? Yeah, I guess we will find out as we go along. I think the thing that's really going to put a time pressure on this is my patience. Because I'm not an overly patient man. I'm not underly patient, that's not a word, but you know what I mean. I'm not an impatient man generally. I tend to be quite good. I am a secondary teacher as well, so my patience does get tested a lot, so I think it's got to be quite good to do what I do. But yeah, I am just gonna eventually start to struggle with this, and sort of think, what am I doing? Why am I still doing this? And obviously I don't want this to just take up loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of time. It's obviously going to be a multiple session filming for me. This is going to be a marathon of an event if I do actually try and complete this. Now this is white. How's this going to show up? I don't know. Oh, it actually does. So yeah, I guess we're going to find out together. First of all, how long my patience will last. Who knows? Genuinely don't know. Whether I finish this whole blanket or not, whether I bother. And then if it's all in one video or, you know, 2 videos, whatever. If you are here and actually listening in some way, first of all, you're a legend / potentially a bit of a maniac, honestly. And second of all, I would love to know your thoughts on this video, how long you think it could be, would be, do you like long videos, just all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just talk to me, it's interesting. I'm also not convinced these pens are even going to last the length of this entire bloody blanket, but I guess we'll see. Quite a good selection of colours going on over here as well. So we might do just some breathing exercises now. Again, if people are actually actively listening, you know, I guess if you're not, then I'm talking to myself anyway, which is pretty weird, but I'm kind of just talking to myself this whole time anyway. You get me. Anyway, I'm going to stop. So I'm going to do some breathing exercises with you. You can join in with me. You can not. You can listen just to the breathing sounds. You can listen just to the pen sounds. It's up to you. But I have found that I cannot believe how powerful breathing exercises really are. Because I've had multiple children, obviously, students, in varying states of anxiety, panic, crying, and all you have to tell them to do, all you have to make them do is breathe. And it is so simple, but it is truly so effective. There's box breathing, which I've actually done on the channel before, in a video, don't remember when, but there is box breathing, there is just counting, and it is just so effective. And I have these students in a state of just utter dismay and anxiety, and all you have to do is make them breathe and follow your little method, and you keep going and you just keep breathing, and it resets their sort of position, their mindset, so unbelievably well. Where's that lid gone? There you go. So I guess that's also what I want you to do. We're going to do some breathing now. So I just want you to breathe with me. I'm going to explain to you what we're doing, and then we're just going to do it. So the first one is going to be that box technique that I just talked about. Now obviously, hopefully you're not in a state of anxiety, but maybe you're trying to sleep and your brain's running, it's 4 a.m. and you've seen this weirdo on the internet colouring in a giant blanket. And if you have, welcome. So what I want you to do is picture a box in your head. I want you to go along the top of the box, trace along the top of the box in your mind, but you need to take at least 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So at least 3 seconds to travel along the top of the box. And as you travel along the top of the box, you're going to breathe in. So 3 seconds at least, breathing in, tracing along the top of the box in your mind's eye. Then you're going to come down the side of the box, the edge of the box. Again, you're going to breathe out for 3 seconds for me. All the way down the end to the bottom of the box, breathing out 3 seconds minimum. You're then going to go along the bottom edge of the box. You're going to breathe in for 3 seconds. And you're going to go then back up the side, and you're going to breathe out for 3 seconds. And that is all you're going to do. So I'm going to do it with you initially, and you can just carry on or not. And if you are struggling to sleep, I promise it will probably help you sleep as well. So ready? Breathe in with me. And so I want you to just keep breathing. You can keep doing the box technique, you can breathe normally, whatever. But if you are a parent, a teacher, someone who deals with children, or even honestly just for yourself, that box breathing technique is unbelievably effective at just resetting your mind, your anxiety, putting your thoughts to rest, your mind to rest. So I would recommend using that technique the next time you or a person you know is worked up in a state of anxiety or panic. Just use that technique, and I promise you it will make such a difference. So the next thing we're going to do is, again, I like a mindful breathing technique, and this time all you're going to do is first of all, get yourself in a comfortable position. Hopefully you're already laying in bed or sitting somewhere comfortable. So find yourself a comfortable position. So for this mindful breathing, in fact, different colour, what you're going to do is you're going to think of a part of your body. So it's nice to start either at the head or at the calves and the feet, and you're going to picture that part of your body, and you're going to take some really big deep breaths in for me. Deep breath in, deep breath out, again holding multiple seconds each breath in and each breath out, and you're going to be really focusing on that body part, and you might want to do a little squeeze and then relax, or squeeze a bit as you go in and then fully relax as you go out. Be really mindful of that body part. Feel it, imagine it, but feel it relax. If you're in bed, feel your calves or your feet melt into the bed or the seat that you are in, or wherever you are. So some huge deep breaths in and out, being mindful of a body part. So then if you start at the bottom, you've done your calves, you then work up and you go up to your thighs. And again, really big deep breaths in and out, mindful breathing. Squeeze, little squeeze, and relax. Breathe in, squeeze, breathe out, relax. And again, feel that body part relax and ease into wherever you are. Be really mindful of it. And then all you do is just carry on all the way up or down your body, hitting all the big sort of stressed out muscle groups, and being really mindful of them, breathing in and out slowly, letting them relax, and that's it. And it will really just again reset your mind, reset your body, and help you feel so much better. You might have just heard my wife sneeze and disrupt our beautifully peaceful moment together. I certainly did. Anyway, so again, we're going to do some deep breaths in and out. And all you're going to do is the mindful body breathing. Okay? So, deep breath in. just working your way down or up your body, your neck, your feet, wherever, the big muscle groups. This bit might act as a sort of a little progress shot as well, just to show you. I think this actually looks really quite good. I'm really quite pleased with it so far. So let's keep going. Now again, what I'm surprised at when I do these longer sort of relaxing crafty ones, not just the crafty ones but just the longer ones, when I'm sort of thinking about, am I making you guys relax, I really do relax into it as I go. And so yeah, what started as I'll be honest, I was a little bit complainy in my rambles, but it was good to let it out and talk about it. But now I just feel really quite relaxed, and I am enjoying this. But my God, this thing is big. This is going to be easily a multiple filming session, if, and that's a big if I bother to complete it, because I really don't want to have put 4 hours of filming effort plus all the editing, all that stuff into a video that nobody watches or nobody wants to watch. But I guess, again, that's half the bloody game, because if I knew what people wanted to watch and they watched it all the time, then I'd be bloody successful at this point, and I'm not. So I have a feeling that this one is going to be my longest video yet. God knows how long it's going to take, how many sessions it's going to be, or anything. But we'll find out. We will find out. Now, I'm also going to ramble about some less deep things. Now, some less meaningful things. So one thing is that I've just been watching the Avatar, the series, the cartoon series, the original, and I have been really liking it. I've never really, well, I've never watched it before, but yeah, I am really liking it, and I'm on the 3rd series, and yeah, I'm kind of nearly there. I've I've got a little bit of a way to go, but it's just something I missed out on. But they're just really nice, easy little things to watch. You don't have to, you know, overly commit to them. They're quite funny, light-hearted. They've got little meanings to them. They're just quite entertaining. And obviously they've just released the second series of the live-action one. I didn't watch the first one either because I wasn't interested, but I might give those a go. I've not heard overly good things about them, but you know, I think it might be worth a try to finish that Avatar hype off once I've got there. What else? I watched Obsession in the cinema. Now it's an 18. Some of my audience are not, so I assume you haven't, but some of you probably have seen it. Obsession, wow, really good. Really, really unsettling. Like horror, but not just gimmicky, gory horror. Like there was a lot of gore in it, but just really intense and unsettling scenes. I absolutely loved it. I saw it in the cinema, and I saw it actually yesterday when I'm filming this, but that doesn't mean anything to you guys. Really, really good. Really glad to seen it, and I would definitely recommend, if you are looking for obviously a horror film, funnily enough, but just a good film. Yeah, Obsession, really good. What else am I watching? I've got a huge list of series that I need to watch, need to get around to. Me and my wife do try and watch them together because when I like something, usually she just likes it as well. She's not too fussed. I'm more sort of fussy and picky, so she's kind of like, well, if you like it, then you know I'll probably like it as well. So we do try and watch these sort of things together, which most of the time it works, but it means we are quite slow going through things. But in a way, actually, it's good because we don't rush through the series. We keep them going for a while. It means we've got more to watch because more keep coming out. So we've just started watching Fallout, or the new series of Fallout, which came out a little while ago, but we just never got round to it. Now it's pretty good. It is pretty entertaining. It's a bit silly. It's fun. It's gory. It's sci-fi. I love a bit of sci-fi. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I never played the games, so I don't have that sort of love and nostalgia for it, even though I am a big gamer, and historically I have been as well. But yeah, the new Fallout is pretty good, worth a watch. But we've got many others that I'm really excited about. The two big ones are House of the Dragon, which has obviously just started to come out. Really looking forward to that one. I absolutely loved Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was a thing. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So House of the Dragon, and because they were just really good. They were, you know, they're just really entertaining. They're done really well. I absolutely love them. I love the medieval sort of aspect. It's not medieval, but you know what I mean. I love the sci-fi aspect. Just very up my street. So really looking forward to House of the Dragon when we get around to it. And then also Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I know came out ages ago. But we haven't watched that yet, so we're going to do both of those. Not simultaneously, obviously, but at the same sort of time, because it's such a first world problem. The number of bloody streaming services now is unbelievable. You've got to keep up with them. You've got to think about the amount of money. You could be spending so much money if you subscribe to all the streaming services and kept them all going. So we manage them, and when I say we, I mean me. So I have to remember write down and keep track of which streaming services we have and keep them and unsubscribe from them or subscribe to them. And I've got to keep track of our list of things we want to watch and what streaming service they are on, so that then we can get that one streaming service once and watch all the things we want to watch on it in one go, so that we don't have to keep subscribing to it. It's such a first world problem. So we're going to do that. I believe they're on Now TV. So once we finish some of these ones, we're going to subscribe to Now TV, unsubscribe to some of the other ones, and yeah, that's the kind of aim. It is just such a first world problem to have, and I know lots of people these days just get like a Fire Stick, jailbreak, or like, you know what I mean, a Fire Stick with all of the streaming services already on it that you don't have to pay for. Obviously it's illegal. I just haven't looked into it. I can't be bothered. Like, you know, people, it's not what you should be doing. So I haven't done that. So I manage them and subscribe to them or unsubscribe to them. But yeah, we've got those. House of the Dragon and Night of Seven Kingdoms. There's more as well. So another one I really liked was Silo, which is on Apple TV, and the new season of Silo is coming out soon as well. So we're currently unsubscribed to Apple TV because there wasn't enough stuff to watch, and it is the most expensive one as well. But once we've got through some of our other things, once Silo's had a chance for it to come out, then we'll subscribe to Apple TV and we'll watch Silo. I really love the sort of post-apocalyptic sci-fi fantasy sort of things. They are just so up my street, and Silo hits a couple of those. It's sort of sci-fi fantasy-esque. It's not quite, but it's that post-apocalyptic. I just love it. Really good vibe. Really well done. So yeah, Silo's another good one. There is more. There's definitely more. I'd have to look at my list, and I can't be bothered. But there's some of the big ones. And we've obviously just finished watching things. That was what it was. Slow Horses, another Apple TV. My God, Slow Horses is just fantastic. It is dark, dry, witty British humour at its absolute best. It is just so funny. It is brutal. It's also just really good as like a spy-esque thing. If you haven't watched Slow Horses, I would 100% recommend Slow Horses. It's also good as a bit of a slow burner because there's I think there's 5 seasons of it, so perfect to just keep going with, like a long sort of, you get what I'm saying. Slow Horses is a really good one, but especially these days with my, like I said, my overthinking of my ASMR. I put so much hard work into it. My brain is on so much to think about it. To just, sit down, watch a series, watch a film, switch off. That is really, really what you want. And we really are spoiled these days for films, series, things like that. So yeah, there's some of my recommendations. If anyone is actually listening to me, hello? Is anybody there? Anybody listening? If anybody is actually still listening at this point, and you've heard my suggestions, and you like these sorts of things as well, I would love if there's any suggestions that you have that you think match my sort of likes as well. Let me know in the comments if you have any recommendations for me for films or series to watch. Now, again, I'm want to shut up for a bit whilst you enjoy this lovely little flower. And I have decided that this is going to be a multicoloured flower, but they're also all going to be colours that are quite similar. Let's see how it goes. It's hard to tell, but this did say it was a different colour. It is a lighter pink. what else have I been doing lately? So, another thing I've been trying has been Magic the Gathering altars, card altars. Or, I say trying, I've tried it once. Because I absolutely love Magic the Gathering. It is probably my biggest sort of hobby and passion, other than trying to, create YouTube videos and stuff. It is just by far the biggest hobby, passion in my life. And I absolutely love altars where people paint over them and make unique looking cards and stuff. I would spend an absolute fortune on altars if I had more money. I would seriously be the artist's best friends, because I would just buy so much, because they are pieces of art. They are unbelievable. Again, they put hard work in. Some of the groups, my god, I see these groups on Facebook, and these artists, they are incredible. One of them, I think it's J Alters. Shout out to J Alters if you want to give me some money off or a free commission. She sold one of her cards for $13,500. $13,500 for a piece of card with paint on it. Like, that's all it is. But my god, it is incredible. It was absolutely beautiful. So shout out to her. And I thought, you know what, I want to try this. Now, I am not an artist in any way. I'm not a painter, I'm not trained, I don't have the skills. So I'm not going to try and paint them initially, because that is just such a steep learning curve. Maybe I will try at some point. But for now, I'm not going to try painting them. So I've got some pens which draw on them. So I'm going to just try and draw some designs on these magic cards. You can take some of the ink off and then draw over them. So the problem is, and again, why I'm choosing to do this now, I don't really know, but my brain appears to be hungry to learn and be creative. It's got so many ideas just flustering around in it. So I've got to learn how to do all of this, like learn how to get the ink off, which I've kind of done. What colours do you use? What paints or pens do you use? How do you get everything to stick and set and work and all these things? And for some reason I've decided to try that now, which is kind of hilarious. Just realised, I don't know if you can see me. Hello, you see me? So yeah, I don't know why I've decided to try that now, but it is just a skill, like using pens or even paint or whatever altars are. It's just a skill. And so I figured if I start practicing, start stenciling some bits, I will get better. Like, I genuinely will improve. And if I can start making my own card altars, that will be really, really cool. I don't know how it's going to go. I've tried one so far, and as you may expect, as one might expect, it was not very successful. But it was a trial, and I acknowledged that, and I just thought I'd give it a go and trial it and make it work, because I was never going to learn how to do them without trying. I don't know about you, but to me, this looks like some sort of giant psychedelic Where's Wally? Like a flowery psychedelic Where's Wally? Or for my American fans, Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Yeah, I think it's looking really good though. I don't know if the zoomed out shots like this are good, or if it's just maybe a bit of an assault on the senses. But again, I guess we'll find out as I just keep doing it. my patience is starting, I would say, to wane a little. And what I would also say is I am running out of things, I think, to ramble about, really. I've got a few more things that I can talk about, but I guess that just means for now, again, I'm going to shut up for a bit and let you enjoy the sounds of these mushy boys. I'm also going to admit something to you, which is I've just had to go and foam roll my back out because I'm not going to say middle-aged, because I'm not, but I'm a sort of semi-crippled, starting to age, no longer young individual, shall we say. And as I'm sitting here sort of slightly hunched over, I can feel it in my back. And so I have just had to go and roll my back out on a foam roller. Oh God, people of a certain age, you will truly understand my pain. Some of you will just be like, what? That's not me. Don't worry, your day will come. And that's another thing, like 2 recommendations that I could not recommend more highly, especially if you are achy or you exercise or you are of a certain age. Foam roller, my God, so good on the back. Getting those joints, hard to reach places, just so good. Has to be a really, hard one to just do what it needs to do. So foam roller, and then massage gun. Oh my God, my massage gun is so good. I have worn out multiple heads on it because they massage. I just use it so often. Also, where obviously I sweat a little bit, it starts to wear the head away. The button that you press to turn it on has actually broken from being pressed so much, but it still works. And I have a thorugh gun, which is the most expensive one. I have a really top one, but it was a present. And it is just absolutely essential if you exercise, or if you get to a certain age. You can even do it in front of the TV. It is loud, so I do have to genuinely put the subtitles on whilst I'm using it. But I could not recommend, like, sort of an item that I would say I can't live without, in a way, is my massage gun. It is so good. That's quite an interesting one. What items could I not live without? I'll have a think. Let me know in the comments as well. Any items you think you couldn't live without. Yeah, it'd be really interesting. So number one for me is probably the massage gun. Number two as well is a soft bed, really soft mattress, and like thin pillow. I have like a pathetically thin pillow because I am a front sleeper, and my neck gets crooked if I don't. So you're really getting an insight into my world. I've lost the lid, there it is. I'm a partially crippled, I don't even know who needs the right bed and his thorugh and all that kind of stuff. It is slightly miraculous that this is the first time that has just happened there, but I did a section and I wasn't recording. Now luckily it wasn't too long, because I have spent some time doing this. You've got a little progress shot here, so it's a miracle that that's only just happened the once there, but I did miss out a big section of that. My phone is on 20% battery, so I think this is a sign, this is getting to a sign that it's time to stop for this first session. But for you it might be a seamless transition, who knows, we'll see. But what I was talking about, we'll do a little bit more, is my things I can't live without. So I said I was a bit of a sleeping princess, so I couldn't do without my massage gun, I couldn't do without my bed and my pillow because I am an absolute princess, whereas my wife sleeps like a brick to the point that it is scary sometimes. I have to check if she's alive. I can walk in, get in and out of bed, grab something from the toilet, she just doesn't even stir, she just doesn't even move. It is sometimes terrifying. So yeah, my bed, my pillow, my thorugh, now my laptop as well. And this sounds sad, but I don't want to be in a sad way, but I do so much on my laptop. I do gaming on it, so I spend some of my leisure time. I watch things on it. Like for me now, TV really is just YouTube. Like for so many from my sort of generation and around my sort of generation, TV is not TV anymore, just YouTube is TV. That is entertainment. So I use my laptop for that. I use it for my video editing now, which again you could say is like a hobby, making these videos. I spend my time, my passion thinking about it. Yeah, so my laptop, I really, I would struggle without it. Hopefully not in too much of a bad way. I do exercise and go outside and be normal and sociable as well. And then the last one probably is my magic cards, my Magic the Gathering cards. They are my absolute passion in life. Maybe I should be making YouTube videos about them, which I have thought about. We'll put a pin in that one for now. But I just use them every day. I love making new decks. I love testing them and playing them, and obviously playing them against other people. On a Friday night magic, absolute highlight of the week for me. So my Magic the Gathering cards I would also struggle to live without as well. So yeah, I'd love to know what some of your can't live without would be. So yeah, please do let me know in the comments. It'd be great, it'd be interesting. Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit more, because I must have been filming for, I would say, close to 2 hours at this point. And this thing, oh my god, it is definitely not even, I reckon it's not even a third finished. I also realised I'm probably doing this on hard mode. Like you see I see YouTube videos which are very long YouTube videos, and all they are is compilations of the people's normal videos, which maybe I should do. I think I will start doing that at some point, but you've obviously got to put them together. But for some reason I have decided to do it on hard mode, which is possibly this whole blanket, like this super long video. I'm not going to say it's not in one sitting, one recording, but in one go, rather than just making it a compilation of things. So we'll see. But anyway, I think I'm getting to the end of my patience a little bit. I'm definitely getting to the end of my battery life. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to do a bit more, finish this. We're going to take a pause. For you, it'll be about a second till I'm back. But for me, God knows. I guess we'll see. So, let's just enjoy some sounds for a little bit. So, for me, this is day 2. For you, it has been merely seconds. I feel like I'm going to have to give like a day by day analysis of where I am, because I really have fully committed to this thing. And this is going to be a very long project. So I feel like I'll give you like a real day by day update, as it were, so the magic of editing doesn't ruin the absolute bloody mammoth task that for some reason I've decided to undertake, which is this colouring blanket thing. So yeah, we are on day 2, and I feel like I'm going to have to just do like an hour or so a day, just, give it a bit of time. Otherwise it's just going to become too much. But also, if I don't do it an hour a day or whatever, it's just never ever going to actually get finished. So that's where we are today. We are giving it a go, day 2. Again, I'm still not convinced that I haven't bitten off more than I can chew, as it were. Or not more than I can chew, obviously I can do it, but just, is it worth it? It will be so tragic if I have committed like days, hours and hours and hours of first of all colouring it, then editing it and do all that stuff, and then just nobody watches it. It will be so tragic, but I kind of feel like that is on the horizon. I don't know, we'll see. So hopefully there won't be much difference between the days. Hopefully the sound, the conditions, the look, everything will be fairly similar. But honestly, if it's not, I just don't care at this point. There's no way I'm going to be able to try and make this the same every single day. So we're just going to have to see. And hopefully it will be similar enough of an experience for you guys. Like I said, with sound quality, visuals, lighting, all that kind of stuff. I just don't have the time or the patience to worry about it, honestly, if it's not. Like, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Again, if anyone is actually still here, if anyone is still watching or listening. I'm hoping that my relaxed, quiet rambles and this pen sound people just will leave this on in the background maybe. Yeah, to help them sleep or do something or focus. Because I'm not really talking about anything at all. It's quite an easy sound to have on. Oh, little burp. So I am hoping that this will just be some background ASMR, because I know people do that. I do that as well, not all the time. I like to actually listen to the ASMR and tingle, but I do put it on in the background things as well. So what have I been doing today? I have done as always, absolute load of filming and editing, and I think today it went really well. I'm pleased with what I've produced for the amount of time and effort I put in. I think it's creative, clever, it sounds good, I think. Again, I guess we'll see. And the amazing thing really is that I sort of planned it all out and filmed it all, and I've uploaded it and mostly edited it all in one day because I had the day off. And that is just such a good effort, and it just clears up more space and time for other things. But I'm not really going to say what it is, because I think that will actually, I know that will be out before this video is even bloody finished. So there's not really any point in talking about it, because actually maybe there is, because then I can be like, ooh, so now go back and watch it. In fact, yeah. What is it? It is Mecha Chameleon ASMR, the game that has taken everyone by storm, the viral explosion of Mecha Chameleon. I have done a Mecha Chameleon roleplay ASMR. Now again, I think it's fun, different, I think it's good, but it might be doing terribly. Hey, if it's doing terribly, go give it some love. Why don't you go check it out? Mecha Chameleon ASMR. I won't really know until then, because this is going to be in the past or the future. I don't know. Anyway, I spent the day genuinely running around my house like an absolute madman, hiding in places, videoing myself, taking pictures, then pretending to go and find myself, like in Mecha Chameleon, as you do. And I just... absolute madness. It was again actually really fun to film though, honestly. Really fun to film. Again, I think it turned out quite successfully for the vision that I had for it as well. Considering it's quite creative, it's quite different. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but I kind of just started, and I find that when I just start, it just sort of flows and it works. So I just solved some sort of solutions and problems as I went along. Like I hadn't fully planned everything out, but I didn't need to, because I made it work as I was going. It flowed well. So yeah, I am genuinely pleased with it, really pleased with it. But again, it might be, like I've said, too out there for people to just even give it the time of day. And that will be a shame if that is true, because I put lots of thought and effort into it. But anyway, it was fun to film. Like again, I'm not being down today. It was good. I'm feeling in a better mood today than I was yesterday, if you can't notice. But yeah, really enjoyed filming it. Where are we going to go? Let's do this one. Really enjoyed filming it, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, go give it some love if it's out, if it's done well, go give it some love. If it's not, definitely go see it. See if you like it, let me know if you did. So I'm just going to let you enjoy some of these sounds for now. And stop listening to me rambling on. Again, like I did yesterday, you could try some of my breathing techniques that I said and mentioned. You could just relax, sit and listen, or neither. Do what you want. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet for a bit. So, like I said, I really don't know how well this is going to translate. Like, I think it looks pretty good in person. It looks good. When I look at it on the screen, it looks good. But it might also just be a little bit bright and overwhelming. I don't really know. Like I said, at this point, I feel like I've committed. Because honestly, what's the point in doing any of this if I don't finish it? I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. But I hope it translates. That's another thing that might, I'm not going to say go wrong, but might sort of be an issue I run into, is that I might forget about what I've already rambled about and then start rambling about the same things. Because remember, again, through the magic of, I'll say movie magic, editing, what for you is just literally seconds is for me days and hours, like Interstellar. Time is relative. So I will forget, because I'm not going to watch all the footage back between, so I'm going to start forgetting what I've been rambling about and saying between days. So that could be fun, I guess. So I might sound like an absolute madman and just with almost like with Alzheimer's start forgetting what I've been saying within what looks like minutes, but actually is days, and I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of Interstellar, just absolutely one of my favourites ever films. So good. The music, just the cons, just so good. I love spacey films. Really good. Project Hail Mary, that was an absolute banger recently of a spacey film. Just came out on Amazon, like to rent or buy, but genuinely worth a watch if you're looking for a good film to watch. Yeah, absolutely love spacey sci-fi films. I think Interstellar is probably one of the best ones, you know, arguably, if not honestly the best one, to be honest. Yeah, just so good. But yeah, Project Hail Mary, really good. I watched the one with Adam Sandler in it the other day called Spaceman on Netflix. It almost tried a little bit too hard, I think. I don't know. It was kind of good, but it was also kind of just weird. Like it was, I think it was worth a watch, but it didn't quite have it, didn't quite have the goods. And that's actually one thing that I've been craving a little bit recently, is a spacey documentary, because I feel like there hasn't really been any big epic spacey documentaries recently, like good old Brian Cox used to do. Maybe it's just because I don't watch like BBC and the iPlayer really anymore at all. I don't see about them, and kind of the age of those documentaries seems to have, I don't know, flustered a little bit. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, so I'm on the lookout for especially a good spacey documentary. I might actually look on YouTube, because there is some fantastic documentary style videos on YouTube nowadays as well, really. I think it's Ocean Facts, Nature Facts, I can't remember the channel name, but it just does really really good kind of big long documentary style things videos. I don't know. My brain's a bit de-brained today, I think. I have just been playing my one true love, Magic the Gathering, for like, what, 3 hours nearly, after filming and editing for today, probably 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, I actually don't even know, a long time anyway. So my brain is a little bit de-brained at the moment. It is also late, but I spent so much time on the other things that this had to get pushed back, and that's why I said I feel like if I can commit an hour a day, then this is going to go much better, and it will eventually get there. It's going to, little by little, just slowly building up, and it might be worth the effort then, rather than some big mammoth effort where I struggle to get it all done. And I also feel like I'm not being particularly fast or slow. I just don't know how I can speed this up anymore. Like, this just is the speed of this. This is how long it takes. Maybe I'm trying to be too fine, but I don't think I am. Like, I'm just sort of go. And as you can see, every time I start this, I almost doubt again whether it's worth all this mammoth amount of time and effort I'm about to put into this thing. So, I guess we will see. But like I said, I feel like I've committed now. Because honestly, even if this takes like, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to do, I'll just do other videos in the meantime. It doesn't really matter. It can just be like some sort of weird, like I said, therapy session where I do this every day, every other day, and I just waffle on and talk to you guys, I guess. We will see. We will see. Let's do yellow. Well, yellow there. Hello there, sir. How are you doing? I'm really not convinced these pens are gonna last either, but we will see. We will see. Anyway, again, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you just sit, listen, relax, enjoy, tingle, sleep, whatever it is you are doing. Cooking, maybe? I don't know. Gaming.